Welcome back, deep divers. Today we're going off the beaten path to a place you might not think of right away when you think innovation.
You got it. We're talking about Bulgaria.
Yeah, Bulgaria. I'll be honest, my knowledge was pretty much somewhere in Europe, maybe. But prepping for this deep dive, I was amazed by all the things I didn't know were Bulgarian.
It's a country with a hidden impact, and a lot of that comes from its location, sort of a crossroads.
Okay, so back up a sec for those of us who didn't pay attention in geography class. Where exactly is Bulgaria?
Think Balkan Peninsula, right up against the Black Sea, bordered by Romania, Serbia, North Macedonia, Greece, and Turkey. So yes, Europe, but with strong Eastern influences too.
Got it. A cultural and geographical bridge. For what, centuries?
That's right, and it's made Bulgaria a melting pot. You see that in their history, their culture, and especially in what they've contributed to the world.
Speaking of contributions, let's talk tech. When I think tech, Bulgaria doesn't exactly pop into my head, but then I learned about John Atanesov.
Ah, yes. The father of the electronic digital computer.
And get this, his dad was a Bulgarian immigrant.
Exactly. Shows how Bulgarian roots have touched even the most basic technology we use. It's fascinating, really. Back in the 1930s, Atanesov was working on really complex math problems. He needed a way to automate the calculations. So that's what led him to the Atanesov-Berry computer, the first to use electronic tubes for computation.
So, no Bulgarian immigrant son, maybe no computers today. That's kind of wild.
You could say that. It really shows how innovation comes from unexpected places.
Okay, so Bulgaria, the secret force behind the digital age. But wait, there's more, right? Cars too.
Absolutely. Think about the last time you drove an automatic. Chances are it used a design from a Bulgarian Rumen Antonov. It's incredibly fuel efficient.
Seriously, how did he make transmissions more fuel efficient?
Well, it's about minimizing power loss. His design uses a specific combo of gears and planetary gear sets, technical stuff, but basically it's a smoother drive, more responsive, and, saves you money on gas.
So next time I'm cruising down the highway, gotta thank Rumen Antonov and Bulgaria. Saving me some cash at the pump. Man, I'm seeing a pattern here. Bulgaria, low-key, behind some major innovations.
That's right. And we're just getting started. We haven't even gotten to medicine yet.
Okay, medicine. I read about a plant and a medication called Nivolin. What's that all about?
This is Bulgaria using its natural resources in a really cool way. There's a flower there, the summer snowflake, beautiful white flower, and it has this compound, and they developed it into a medication, Nivolin.
So a pretty flower turns into serious medicine. That's neat. But what does it do exactly?
More than you'd think. It can relax muscles, so it's useful in physiotherapy. They've used it in anesthesia and even to treat some psychiatric conditions.
Wow, a real multitasker. Is it, used widely outside Bulgaria?
It's gaining recognition, definitely. Researchers are still exploring all its uses, too.
Who knew a little flower could do so much? But wait, there's more, right? Computers, cars, medicine.
Yeah.
What else is Bulgaria hiding?
Well, remember we talked about Bulgaria being a crossroads. That's important for their scientific advancements, too.
Okay, hit me with it. Another Bulgaria secretly changed the world moment.
Ready for this? The photocopier. You probably use one every day. The tech behind it goes back to Bulgaria, thanks to physicist Georgy Nadjikov.
Seriously, photocopiers. What does Bulgaria have to do with photocopiers?
It's all about scientific curiosity. Nadjikov, back in 1937, was experimenting with crystals, and he discovered this phenomenon, photoconductivity.
Photoconductivity. Break that down for us.
Okay, imagine shining light on something, and it suddenly conducts electricity better. That's photoconductivity. Nadjikov was one of the first to really study it.
Okay, so he saw this thing with light and crystals. Yeah. How did that lead to photocopiers?
His work was a key step toward what we call electrophotography. That's the process behind photocopying. Basically, photocopiers use light and photoconductive materials to create an image on a drum. Then that attracts toner and transfers it to paper. Nadjikov's work was like a building block for that.
So every time I hit copy, I'm using a discovery from a Bulgarian scientist. That's wild. Bulgaria's like the secret innovator behind so much of our modern world.
Exactly. And that's not even all of it. We haven't even talked about how Bulgaria has become a tech hub in its own right today.
From the foundation of computers to a tech powerhouse now, Bulgaria's got quite a story. But before we get into that, let's shift gears a bit and talk about something totally different. Culture.
Great idea, because Bulgaria's cultural contributions are just as impressive as its tech.
And speaking of transitions, stay tuned as we move from the world of tech to the realm of culture. You won't believe what Bulgaria has in store.
Okay, so Bulgarian culture. For starters, you know Bulgaria has 9 UNESCO World Heritage Sites.
9. Wow, that's a lot. Especially for a country I honestly couldn't have placed on a map a few days ago. What kind of sites?
Oh, all kinds. Ancient Thracian tombs, medieval monasteries, churches with amazing frescoes. There's the Medora Rider. It's this rock relief carved right into a cliff, over 1,300 years old.
A 1,300-year-old carving.
Oh.
That's going on the bucket list. But you know what's really interesting to me? The Cyrillic alphabet. That came from Bulgaria.
Ah, yes. The Cyrillic alphabet. It really shows Bulgaria's impact on, well, on language. And literacy, too. It all goes back to 2 Bulgarian brothers, Cyril and Methodius.
I was reading about them. Quite a story. They were missionaries, right?
Exactly. They were spreading Christianity to the Slavic people back in the 9th century. But there was a problem. The Slavic lineages, they didn't have a written form.
So they just, created an alphabet?
Pretty much. They developed the Glagolitic alphabet,
Yeah.
which later became what we know as Cyrillic. It was huge for the Slavic world. It meant they could finally write down their culture, history, religious texts.
Think about that. Russian, Ukrainian, Serbian, Bulgarian, of course, all using an alphabet created by 2 guys over 1,000 years ago. Incredible.
It shows how ideas travel, how something from one place can end up having, like, global impact.
Okay, so breathtaking historical sites, a totally new alphabet. What else is there, culturally speaking, in Bulgaria?
Well, you can't forget the folk traditions. They have these really intricate dances, colorful costumes. The music is haunting, beautiful. It's really something.
I'm picturing those dances, like people leaping and twirling in these elaborate costumes. Sounds amazing.
It is. And the music often has these unusual rhythms and harmonies, very unique to the region.
Man, makes me want to book a flight right now. Okay, so Bulgaria, cultural powerhouse, long and rich history, but we've been pretty positive here. Are there any areas where Bulgaria has been, let's say, less celebrated for what it's done?
Well, every country has a complex history, and some parts of Bulgaria's are, well, more controversial.
Like what? Don't hold back, I can take it.
Bulgaria has a big arms industry, for example.
Arms industry. That's not what I think of with Bulgaria. What kind of arms?
They're known for making AK-47s, high-quality variants, and also advanced ammo.
AK-47s, those are serious weapons.
They are. And Bulgaria's arms exports have, been part of conflicts around the world, which obviously raises some ethical questions.
Yeah, that's a side of Bulgaria I didn't expect. So, cultural treasures, but also a controversial arms trade. It's a reminder that every country has many sides, even one known for beauty and innovation. But I feel like you've got one more twist for us. What else?
Let's go from real world to virtual world. Believe it or not, Bulgaria has a huge video game scene.
Video games. Seriously. This just gets more and more unexpected. I mean, I love video games, but Bulgaria? Never would have guessed.
You might be surprised how many games you've played that were made in Bulgaria. Ever heard of the Tropico series?
Tropico, yeah. Love those games. The benevolent dictator thing, it's hilarious. Wait, Tropico is Bulgarian.
You got it. A Bulgarian company, Hamimont Games. They're known for those fun city-building games, with the satire.
No way. What else have they made?
Surviving Mars, about colonizing Mars. And Victor Vran, that's an action RPG. Gotten great reviews. And those are just a couple examples. Bulgaria's got tons of talented developers making strategy games, mobile apps, all kinds of stuff.
My mind is officially blown. Computers, cars, medicine, weapons, now video games. Bulgaria is full of surprises.
It just goes to show, don't judge a book by its cover or a country by its size. Bulgaria has way more to offer than people realize.
Okay, so we've gone from ancient history to modern tech. From cultural landmarks to the world of video games. Bulgaria's story is full of innovation and also resilience. But what's the takeaway for our listener?
I think it's this. Don't underestimate a place just because it seems small or you don't hear about it much.
Like you said before, innovation can come from anywhere, and Bulgaria is a perfect example.
Right. And it's a reminder to be curious. Keep exploring because there's amazing stuff hidden all over the world just waiting to be discovered.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's true. Everything has a story, And sometimes they lead to places you'd never expect. Like Bulgaria, it's clear they've done way more than most people realize.
It's been great exploring all this with you. I always learn new stuff on these deep dives, but this one, wow, this one's been amazing.
Me too. I came in knowing basically nothing. And now I'm seriously thinking about a trip to Bulgaria. Who knows what else is there?
That's what's so cool about exploration, right? Always something new, something that changes how you see things.
Absolutely. And to everyone listening, we hope this has made you curious about Bulgaria too. Like we've been saying, innovation can come from anywhere. There are amazing stories all over the world.
Definitely. Keep your minds open, keep asking questions, keep on diving deep.
And that's a wrap on another deep dive. We'll be back soon with more unexpected journeys. Until then, happy exploring.